Hey, John from watchandlearn.com, and in this video I'm going to go through the Blaze. This is the Fitbit Blaze, and I'm just getting started here with it on my wrist because probably one of the best features of this smartwatch compared to all other smartwatches is the heart rate is in live time, and you can see that there. It's always on the home screen there. You can see it's kind of going up and down, and we could actually jump into it right here, and it will go up and down in live time. Now, other watches do this, but what's really cool about the Blaze is this is a really accurate heart rate monitor, and it actually works when you're moving. If you're running, moving your arms and so forth, it's actually accurate. It stays in real time. That's pretty unusual. Not even Apple S2 or Samsung Gear S3 can do that when you're moving. So big thumbs up on the heart rate here. And if you like that for your workouts or even just everyday walking around and so forth, this heart rate's great. It definitely makes the watch. Okay, so I'm just going to get this off here, and we'll jump in to more of the features. Okay, and so here we are. This is basically what you get. You get the charger. This is definitely a unique design watch, smartwatch. I have nothing like it in terms of charger. So we have the watch here. This whole little computer module comes right out, just like that. And you've got the little heart rate sensor in the back and the charger connector. And we just take that, put it in there, and snap it shut, and plug the USB into the USB port. So definitely unique. I don't think it's a little bit more hassle to put it in the charger than perhaps some other watches, but I don't really think this is a big deal. I actually do like the design of this. And then popping it back in is just a matter of there we go, snap it in. So, it's not the easiest thing ever, but I do. What it lends to is you get this really cool steel frame. It's pretty sturdy. You don't get the usual just a rubber band type smartwatch. It's a little bit wider. I think it's a really nice looking fitness watch too. Really lightweight, really durable. You've got these hard steel sides here, which make it sturdy. So it's pretty cool. Overall, I really like this. As I said before, though, it's definitely a heart rate monitor. This thing has got a phenomenal heart rate monitor. All right, I'm going to put it in the case, and we'll just run through the applications. All right, here we go. Got a little better lighting situation here, so let's check it out. So there we are, home screen. This is your basic functions. There's not a load of functionality on here, but what it does well. So remember, this is really principally a fitness watch, so we can go into today. And it's not on my wrist, so I'm not sure it's going to really give much of a heart rate reading. You got our steps, heart rate, steps, hour, mile, distance, calories, floors, so basic features, nothing special there. This button here just takes you back. These side buttons have certain functionalities, like if we push this like that, we get our notifications. You turn them on and off. And here is the music control. Now this is really cool because even though I didn't have to install a Spotify app, this actually controls the Spotify app. I can do volume there by clicking it again. Just go back one screen there. And I can just skip tracks, play, pause, that sort of thing. And it'll actually sync with Spotify automatically and many other music streaming applications. So it's pretty sweet. It was really easy to do. But you have limited functionality there. Exercise. So you're going to run, for instance, boom, connecting to phone. My phone may not be very close by. I'm not sure it's going to connect. Oh, it did too. So there we go. You're done. So it's connecting the phone, and the reason that's important for running is it will operate off the phone's GPS. It doesn't have built-in GPS in the watch. So it's going to operate off the watch GPS, and it'll track your run for you, okay? And the Fitbit app will take care of that. And I'll do a quick overview of the Fitbit app as well. So we've got done. Oh yeah. Exercise. I won't go through them all. Run, bike, weights, treadmill, elliptical, workout. Essentially, it tracks the time. The running will track the route too, which is pretty cool. Fitstar, this is some personal workouts you can get. I never really like any of that. I like doing my own workouts. Got a timer and an alarm that you can set in settings. All right, really simple stuff. All right, you also get notifications. You can turn them on or off. And basically to get to the notifications, you just swipe up from the bottom and then there they are. So it'll show email and text and calendar events. And you're able to sync Gmail to it. I did that with no problem. And then that's it. But it's not going to be like Samsung Gear S3, you know, where you can actually reply and you got a keypad and all of that. It's just notifications. That's all it is. So if you wanted to actually respond or do anything with the notifications, you got to pull out your phone. So those are it in terms of the watch functions themselves. I'll quickly show you the band. It has a locking mechanism. It's kind of hard to see, but on this part here that secures the band, you might be able to see the little knob that comes down. Well, that knob will click into whatever hole you do for strap tightness, and that will lock it onto your wrist. It's nice to have it lock on your wrist, obviously, because I have had watches fall off my wrist that don't have that, but it is a bit of a hassle to put on and off. And there's a sensor on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up with just giving you an overview of the Fitbit app. It has a lot of good features, including the whole health and fitness aspect, but you can control a lot of things in terms of the wrist it's going to be on, your clock face. Not a lot to choose from there. You can see I just chose this. Then you have those as well. All right. Notifications. You can turn on and off, and then if you have other apps you can add to it. Like I did, the Gmail, you can connect that up. You can turn all these off if you don't like notifications. It's no sweat. And then we get into the whole health stuff. You can set your goals. You can turn the heart rate on and off. You have various shortcuts you can add. Music control. Yeah, it just gives you the instructions because it actually synced it pretty much automatically. All I did was play Spotify on the mobile device there, and then bang, it registered it and acts as a remote from the watch. Syncing, and that's pretty much it here. Let's go back. So I got a Surge 2, and you can do your settings here. Heart rate zone. You can add your exercise. There's one thing I really want to show you that's really cool I've never seen elsewhere. Okay, this is cool. Food. All right, you can set your goals and so forth. That wasn't it. I'm going to go into the Blaze. There. All right, I found what I was looking for there. I just forgot. You got to change down at the bottom. I've been switching between Apple and Android phones, so they have these little different navigational tweaks that you got to remember. Anyways, this is really cool. Okay, I'm not going to step through anything. You track your sleep. None of this is new. Obviously, the heart rate stuff to top notch on this one. But here, this is really neat. Okay. So if you're into tracking your food and your calories, I mean, this isn't going to be 100% because, I mean, it's just working off a database. But if you put in something like, you can, instead of having to figure out yourself, you can just add food on your own like that, indicate when it's going to be your calories, and then save and add more. There we go. Chicken wrap. So this is cool. I mean, and it's got just tons of food that you can imagine in there, all registered in the database. So this is a pretty neat. I don't track my food, I don't track what I eat, but I actually think that this would, if I'm going to do it in any way, this is pretty cool because you don't actually have to like look off labels and input protein and carbs and all that. All you need to do is just slam the actual item in there. Obviously, you know, not every single chicken wrap is 292 calories. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's going to give you a general idea, and that's what's kind of neat. You sort of see the pattern of the food you're eating and so forth. So I thought that was a great health feature for this particular app. And that's pretty much it. You go into your challenges and your account, and you can input all of your workouts, but it gives you a quick overview of the Fitbit app itself. There's quite a bit to it. I'm not going to step you through every aspect of it. Overall, the watch is really good. Arguably, I mean, some say it's more really of an advanced fitness tracker. I would suggest that it's a smartwatch. I mean, it is a watch. It's got the clock. It's got a lot of smart features, including notifications, music control, GPS connection via the mobile phone. I qualify this personally as a smartwatch. I think Fitbit does too. I think for one of their first efforts in a smartwatch, I think they came up with something unique. I think it's cool. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of a Gear S3 by Samsung or an Apple S2. But in terms of a fitness watch, I think it does a nice job. And you know, the only thing you have to consider here is I'm a pretty big person, okay? This is fairly big. You can get smaller ones, but generally they're going to have that sort of square look that's wide instead of their sleek rectangle that's more like a band. So, you know, you're going to want to keep that in mind when you're choosing a watch, because this is wider than the Apple Watch. But I think in more of a durable way, this is better because it's got this steel frame around it, whereas the Apple watches, the screen's pretty vulnerable. I mean, it's got this, it kind of pops up there and there, and it's pretty vulnerable. But I mean, Apple, I don't mean to pick on Apple, because I think they produce an outstanding smartwatch in many ways. But this is a simple, does the job. Overall, I'm quite pleased with it. I like the fact that they came out with a unique design. I think it's pretty cool. So I own a bunch of fitness watches. I kind of like this just because it's a little bit different.